Hi students, good morning. Today we learn about one of the interest topic. Okay, before discussing about the topic, I am asking one small question. Can you see object in complete dark room is possible? Yes, it's not possible. So what the reason means? Must and should you want to see something, any object, the light is required. Means that the light is help us to see the objects. So how it is possible? How it is possible means you know very well what is the source of light. Source of light means the objects that emit the light. Okay, it means it is one of the source. For example, like lights, like a candle or sun. These are the source of light. Means you can get some energy, some light energy from that objects. So that objects emit the light and falls on any object. Then that object, this is the object. Then that object emits the light. Okay, so that light emitted means that reflected light reaches the retina of the human eye. So finally we can see the object. So that light we have to see the object. Means we can see any object, must and should light is required. Then what is meant by light? Today we learn about the interest topic is light. What is meant by light? Light is one of the form of energy. You know very well what is the energy? Energy means the capability, means the capacity to do work. It is the one of the form of energy. It causes sensation of sight. Yes. Here, important thing is what is meant by optics. What is meant by optics? Optics is the branch of physics. It discuss about that what is the behavior or what are the properties of light. Means simple discussion about what is the simple definition about the optics means optics is a study of behavior or properties of light. It is the optics. And next one is what is the respect to passing of light or respect to emitting light. The material are divided into two types. One is luminous objects. What is meant by luminous? Luminous means which objects emit the light by its own or by their own. Is nothing but luminous objects. Luminous objects examples are like sun or candle, okay, or bulbs, any something means which objects emit by their own is called luminous objects. Then what is meant by non-luminous objects? Non-luminous objects what is meant by non-luminous objects? Non-luminous objects means which objects emit the light. Okay, means do not emit the light by its own. It is nothing but non-luminous objects like any objects like duster also is not emit the light by their own. That object is called non-luminous objects. So that is the two different objects. One is the luminous and non-luminous. So luminous objects means which objects emit the light by its own. It is nothing but luminous objects. Example: candle, sun, and light, and etc. Non-luminous objects means which objects do not emit the light by its own. It is nothing but non-luminous objects. Examples: books, or any wood pieces, or bottles, or something, any non-luminous objects. Then, what is meant by transparent, translucent, and opaque objects? So, respect to passing of light, the materials divided in three types. What are the objects? The objects divided in three types. First one is transparent objects. and second one is translucent, and third one opaque objects. So these are the three types of objects respect to passing of light. What is meant by transparent objects? Transparent objects means the objects emit the light. It's very clearly. Okay, very clearly. For example, if you take any object. For example, this is the glass. Okay, so it is one of the glass. You can see the object very clearly. Means here there is no any observe, there is no any reflect the light. Means it's sending the light very easily. For example, you take any laser light. So when you send the light, means it is passing very clearly. Means this is the transparent objects. Then what is meant by translucent object? For example, you can take any plastic things like bottles or any measuring cylinders or something. So when you sending the light, means translucent objects means which objects does not emit the light. It's very clear. Means it's sending the light partially. That is called translucent object. When you sending the light, it is going, but it is like somewhat partial. It's not clear. Somewhat partially. So that object is called translucent objects. Then what is meant by opaque objects? Opaque objects means like any wood objects or any books or something. When you sending the light through it, there is no any transparent, there is no any light another side. So means here what happened, when your light is falls on any opaque objects, it absorbs some light, and then what happened, it reflects. Okay, finally there is no any second medium of the objects. So this object is called opaque objects. This opaque objects mostly it forms shadows. Then what is meant by shadow? Shadow is nothing but it is a darkness of the object. Means when you are sending the light through the opaque objects, the back side of the object. See here chalk piece or something here. When you see the here, I think you get back side on darkness you can get. So here that is nothing but shadow. Shadow means the darkness of the object is called shadow. Okay, the shadow is depend upon the distance between source of light and object. See here, when the source of light goes very close to the object, the shadow is get somewhat big size. When the source of light goes very far from the object, then what happens? The size of the shadow maybe it is decreases. So that is depend upon the distance between source of light and object. So that is the shadow. You know very well, shadow mainly two types. One is the umbra, one is the penumbra. So what is the difference between umbra and penumbra? So when you see that shadow, so this is completely darkness. So here the outer side of the object, something partial shadow is there. That partial shadow is nothing but penumbra. The full darkness of the object is called umbra. So that is the difference between umbra and penumbra. Umbra means full darkness. Means the darkness of the object is very clear. Means more is there. That is umbra. Penumbra means the partial shadow is nothing but penumbra. So that is the importance of shadows. Next one is what is meant by ray of light? Ray of light means it is the direction or the path of light ray. So means when you light is falls, then what happens? It is the direction or the path of light ray. When you sending the light this light, this is the path of light ray. Means it is going this light. So this is the path of light. This path of light ray is nothing but ray of light. Then what is meant by beam? Beam of light means the group of light rays. The group of light rays is nothing but beam of light. So that is the difference between ray of light and beam of light. Ray of light means the path of light ray. Beam of light means the group of light rays is called beam of light. Next one, what are the Properties. Very important thing is what are the properties of light? So especially in the light chapter, mostly 5 properties are there, 3 important properties. These are, first one is rectilinear propagation of light. Rectilinear propagation of light. And second one is reflection of light. And third one is refraction of light. And fourth one is dispersion of light. And fifth one is scattering of light. So these are the main properties of light, especially in the ray optics. You can learn about rectilinear propagation of light, reflection of light, refraction, dispersion and scattering of light. These are the 5 important properties of light. Now let us discussing about first property, rectilinear propagation of light. What is meant by rectilinear propagation of light? Rectilinear propagation of light means it is one of the property of light. The light ray always travels in a straight line as a wave. Means that you should take any light, especially maybe laser light is best example for you can showing that rectilinear propagation of light. On that light ray, it is going like a straight line like a wave. Means rectilinear propagation means the property, means it is on the property of light. The light always travels in a straight line as a wave. This is nothing but rectilinear propagation of light. In the rectilinear propagation of light means if the any in the path of light ray, if any obstacle comes from the direction of the light ray, then what will happen? It change the direction of light ray. Okay, so this property is known as rectilinear propagation of light. So we have to discuss it in the rectilinear propagation of light. The best way is pinhole camera. So what is pinhole camera? Pinhole camera, it is one of the camera without lens we can show the images. How it is possible? Should take any like a box, like shoe box, any something. We can coating with inside the box with black color. Means this is not reflect any light inside that. And here take pin size hole, and one side should take candle. Candle means this is source of object. So this candle produce light, and another side of the pinhole camera you can keeping one translucent paper. So in this pinhole camera, the top of the flame should take A and bottom of the flame should take B. So here AB is the object. So this is the object. So the light rays falls from pinhole. So the top of the light ray passing this light and touches here, and bottom of the flame light rays goes to the hole and form the back side of the pinhole camera. Here what you observe here means you can get reverse, means inverted image you can observe here. So means here this is the inverted image. What image? This is the image. What type of image means? This is the inverted image. Means here what is explained about the pinhole camera means, so it is explained easily. Rectilinear propagation of light means when light ray passing through the pinhole, then what will happen? Back side of the pinhole camera form one inverted image. So this is called pinhole camera. So next we can discussing about second property of light. So what is second property of light? Second property of light is reflection of light. Reflection of light. What is meant by reflection of light? So reflection of light also one of the property of light. Means when a light ray falls on any smooth surface, the light ray falls on any smooth surface. Again, what happened? It comes back to same medium. Come back to same medium. So that is called reflection of light. Reflection of light means when light ray falls on any smooth surface. So you know very well, smooth surface means nothing but like mirror or any water surfaces or any smooth surfaces. So that light ray falls on any smooth surfaces and come back to same medium. You know very well medium. So medium means like air, gases and water. These are the mediums. So when light ray falls on any smooth surface like mirror or something, means what happen again? It come back to same medium. Is known as reflection of light. In the reflection, especially, see here in any plane mirror or any curved mirrors also. Here especially you observe two surfaces are there. One surface is this is a reflecting surface and the back side is silver coating. Okay, reflecting surface and silver coating. So what is the silver coating? Silver coating means when light rays falls on any smooth surface, it is not sending to the other side. So when your light rays falls on any surface, see like you have to observe here, when light ray falls on the object, means when the light ray falls on the object, it falls on the surface of reflecting surface and come back to same medium. So here no second medium. So that property is nothing but reflection of light. In the reflection, especially, which ray is coming from the source of light? So which ray is coming from the source of light? So this ray is nothing but incident ray. You can represent letter capital I, incident ray. And which ray is coming from the mirror? Coming from the mirror. This ray is nothing but reflected ray. Which ray is the perpendicular to the mirror? Which ray is the perpendicular to the mirror is known as normal ray. So which ray is coming from the source is the incident ray. Which ray coming from that mirror is known as reflected ray. The ray is perpendicular to the mirror is nothing but normal ray. Now you can observe that what are the angles are there. The first angle is the angle between incident ray and normal ray is known as angle of incident. You can represent it as small I. And the angle between reflected ray and normal ray is nothing but angle of reflection. That is angle R. In the plane mirror especially, angle I is always equal to angle R. So angle I is always equal to angle R. Means how much angle is there, angle of incident and angle of reflection also same. So this is one of the property of reflection. So first property of light, reflection is nothing but here important two laws are there. First law is angle of incident is always equal to angle of reflection. Okay, and second one is incident ray, reflected ray and normal ray always lies in a same plane. So that is the second property of second law of reflection. And in the reflection condition, you can learn some more angles. Which angle from angle of incident and surface of the mirror. So this angle is nothing but angle of glancing. This is the angle of glancing. Let us observe here there is no any mirror. Means what happened? Light always travels in a straight line. So when there is no any light ray, what happened? There is no any mirror. The light always goes in a straight line. Means we have to take this light. This light ray is nothing but extended incident ray. Extended incident ray. So here the angle between extended incident ray and reflected ray, this angle. The angle between extended incident ray and reflected ray is nothing but angle of deviation. So this is the angle of deviation. So what is the relation between angular deviation and glancing angle? Angular deviation is equal to angle of twice of the glancing. So this is the relation. Angle D is equal to twice of the glancing. So this is the angles and the reflection. The second property of light. So understand? This is our second property. Next, we are discussing about